glow perspectives. Now that you've annotated both document 1 and document 2 of paper 1, you're ready to begin answering the responses for question 2 and question 3. This screencast will take you through question 2. Remember, this should be a 2-paragraph essay. It should only take you about 30 to 35 minutes to complete. Begin with a topic sentence that provides an overall assessment of the document. Did you think it was overall strong or weak? There's no right or wrong as long as you can support your assessment. And then give a basic rationale. Keep it to a minimum. You don't have to explain every single thing you're going to review, but give a couple reasons why you feel it's overall strong or weak. Then remember, the structure depends on what you determine it to be. If you deem the article to be weak, review 2 strengths and then 3 to 4 weaknesses in the second paragraph, or vice versa. If you deem the article to be strong, review 2 flaws and then in the second paragraph, move on to 3 to 4 strengths. Whatever the case, remember, use thinking skills terms, or if you blank out, explain how it's weak. Summarize the main points. Don't ever waste too much time quoting long sentences. Keep it brief. Your focus has to be on explaining how each strength or each flaw enhances the MC, builds up the case for why we should believe the author, or when it's a flaw, how it takes away from, how it detracts from the MC, because now the reader's left to question whether or not we can believe this. So following all that is an example. Make sure to read very carefully. I'm just going to point out a few things. First, you're going to notice my plentiful use of transition words that I have highlighted for you in yellow. It is so important that you use good transition words throughout, especially when you're saying, okay, it's overall strong. However, there's a few weaknesses, and even as you're moving on from one thing to another, it is crucial that you explain that. Okay, so notice my overall assessment. All in all, in spite of a few strengths, the document is weak to over a bunch of generalizations and supported statements. So I clearly outlined why I thought it was overall a weak argument. But I then explained strengths, namely the representative examples that are likely, and the significant use of statistics. Notice my explanation. So in that last one, for example, I explained that 85% is a staggeringly high number. It's coming from the Indian government's own records, so that's reputable. And I explained that the Indian government is want to review something that's bad, and yet they're admitting 85% of reported firearm crimes occurred with unlicensed weapons. So the fact that they reveal something unflattering makes the information seem more accurate. Okay, so that's my first paragraph. Now I move on to the second paragraph, and since I thought it was overall weak, this paragraph goes to the flaws. I go over 4 of them. You should try to go over at least 3. Notice my link. However, these strengths do not outweigh the plentiful weaknesses in a Yergar's arguments. And just like I did with the strengths, now with the weaknesses, I outline what they are using thinking skills terms. Notice everything that I've bolded and red, and explaining how they're weak. So for example, let's look right there in the middle. Yergar posits that masculinity is linked to gun ownership. And although there may be some truth to the premise, we can see how maybe some men feel that way. It is highly unfair for Yargo to make this claim about the entire male populace. Obviously, it is such a generalization. This can't be representative of all men in India, or even most men in India, that this is a weakness. And then I further explain that this is especially so since she provides no examples or evidence of back, thus weakening her claim. That's what I mean when I say explain how it weakens the overall claim. Last, notice I do wrap it up. As a result of these generalizations and vague support, Iyengar provides a less than stellar argument on the need for the Indian government to control gun use. So whenever you can, it's always a good idea to wrap it up. Thank you for tuning in to Paper 1 question.